Here's a video that I think I might have said that I would do for somebody in a group on Facebook on woodturning. So the subject or the topic of discussion was how to true up a bowl after it's been roughed and dried. And as we all know, I'll just get an example here. Balls tend to warp as they dry. This is one example. It's a chestnut, and it's warped in that direction, and in multiple others. This was done with a coring system, which just leaves a little nub, so that has to be dealt with. This wasn't. I think that's laburnum, and as you can see, I've got my tenon on there, and I've got a little divot which I need in order to find the centre of the bowl. So I'm going to try and show how I do this and how I mount it on the lathe. I think that's the usual question, is how to remount it after drying. So I'm going to just set up, and then I'll show you what tools I use and a little thing I made. So what I do is got this bit, which is just a bit of MDF, which I'll never use for this again because MDF is horrible to turn, very dusty. And then I've glued, I see this is 4 layers of neoprene that I got off an old pair of waders for fishing. And on the inside, on the back of it, I've mounted a ring, and I suppose you could just put a tenon on there or a recess. I do have this little one which I use for smaller pieces where I've just put a tenon on, and I just put a loose piece of neoprene over the top. So I have this one for larger pieces like this, and this one for smaller pieces where the big one won't fit. So what I do is I chuck on the lathe and fit this over the top. And obviously that'll vary how you choose to make your little distance of block. So on this piece I just have this little divot which I need to deal with, and so I bring up my tail stock with a live centre. Yeah, so I bring up the tailstock and find the centre of this little divot. Now this little divot is not particularly flat, so that would certainly help if I could make it flat. I just took a chisel to it, made it a little bit more flat, and then I bring in and punch this in approximately where the centre is and gauge it a little bit, and then I just tighten up as much as I see fit. Now my aim is just to make sure that this doesn't wobble too much. Obviously this is just going to slip into centre as best as it can inside because of the neoprene, and it should fit in there. So the next thing to do is to make a tenon, and I've got my little gauge here. I think the small jaws will do. So it just has to be somewhere between that size and that size with this recess and angle, and off we go. Now I start off quite slow on this. I'm in no rush to do anything. I'm just getting an approximate size of this thing, which is around there, I think. I'm just going to move the camera so it's easier for me in particular to see what I'm doing. And then once I'm getting my tenon ready here, and once I feel like that's deep enough, it needs to be a little bit deeper, then I just start truing up a little bit out here, but I don't want to go too far out because it's still flexible out here, and it still will give a little bit. So I'm gonna just finish my tenon and work up a little bit, and then I'm ready to reverse it and finish it. So I'll just show you how I do this. I think that's as good as it's going to get. So, away with this. And then this nub, I just take right. So, don't need to turn it back anymore. And now I can take this off, away, and then fit the ball into my chuck. Now, see, the ball isn't round yet, so it's quite important that we still keep the revs down until it's trued up. I'm just going to make sure it's cleared there. And now I basically just turn the outside here, not completely perfect, until I've taken some of the top and a little bit of the inside, and then I take a final pass on the outside at a slightly higher revs with a very sharp gouge. Sometimes I use this one, and sometimes I'll resort to this one. Depends on the grain, really. This one is a crotch piece of horse chestnut, which is ultra soft, so I might have some trouble with getting the clean cut, but really sharp tool, really accurate cutting angle, proper revs will get me a finish where I can start sanding it around 220. So I'm just going to true this up, but I'm going to do that off camera, I think. There we go. Just going to sharpen my gouge and then come back for a final pass on the outside here, and hopefully I'll get rid of some of these lumps. Perfect. Really light wispy stuff, no vibration. Get rid of those. Now the section down here I'm not too concerned about, because I'll be able to tidy that up once I finish the bowl. And well, the rest of turning a bowl you are hopefully familiar with, so I'm not going to bore you with those details, but I'll get to sanding this and see if I can cut the inside. Thanks for watching.